Hey everyone, welcome to the Lotus Life podcast. My name is Kim Fisher, and thanks again for being here. Today's topic is something that really honestly I'm just being incredibly vulnerable about, and I think it's like super important that we do that. We are self-aware beings, that we dive into learning about ourselves, that we uncover parts of ourselves that are shortcomings, and lovingly look at these areas of our lives so that we can learn about them. So I wanted to share with you the single most biggest lesson I have ever learned about myself. So I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but I want to do something cool with you just to kind of bring you into a story and a feeling, if you don't mind. So one of the first things I want you to do is close your eyes for a second and start to bring to mind a goal you have. That could be a small goal, a medium, or a big goal. It doesn't matter. Just pick something that you know you want to achieve for yourself. That could be for business. It could be for your romantic life, your spiritual life, your financial life, your career, anything. It could be for the garden you want to do, or for some indoor plants that you want to get finally planted that just been sitting there and the soil's there and the pot's over there. Any goal that you want to achieve, bring that to mind right now. When you've got it, what I want you to do is start to feel now into your body how it feels to not have accomplished that. And I know that you're like, why? I live that every day in my life. Why are you asking me to do it? Because I really want you to get clear on the emotions here. It's really important that we don't just label it with the words in our mind, but that we actually let it drop down into our bodies and feel the emotions, the weight, the heaviness, or what the yogis call dukkha, with a D as in David, dukkha. This heaviness, this stagnation. And it probably feels awful, right? Like not achieving what you want leaves us feeling pretty awful. We feel defeated. We feel unenthusiastic, uninspired. We feel like our dreams are insurmountable. We feel like a failure. Why can't I even do this small thing? And if it's something big, if it's something huge, like starting your own business, why can't I even get started? Now I want you to think about the goal as being completed. So with your eyes closed, breathe into your body, see yourself having already completed your goal. You're living it, it's happened, you're in it. And now feel the emotions in your body that are related to that. Feel fully what it's like in your body to have already achieved your goals, your visions, your dreams, your desires, your dharma, your path. Small, medium, large, doesn't matter. Probably feels amazing, right? It feels so good. You're like high almost, and you're just like open. You feel light, you feel spacious. Or sukha, as the yogis call it, with the S, sukha. There's dukkha, which is heavy and kind of dull, and there's sukha, which is sweet and light. So feeling into that sugary sweetness of having accomplished your goals, and really noting like how proud you feel of yourself. So there's a reason I had to do that. And the reason is because it's really important that you understand the different emotions that come up throughout your day. It helps us with decision making. It helps us with processing the moment, but more particularly decision making. And it helps us really when it comes to sticking with a routine. Now we're about to head into the new year. And so routines and resolutions are everything right now. So this is a talk, this is a podcast to hopefully serve you in some way and inspire you to not only realize what you want to achieve in 2022 or in any year or in any point of your life, really, but how to also stick with it. So this is a great segue into the single most thing I realize that I'm awful at, that I've been getting better at, that I've been really practicing, and I am getting better at. I really am. But I had to first realize that I was pretty bad at it. And that is consistency. I if left to my own devices, if left under, no care, no supervision of my own self-awareness, man, I would be so inconsistent. And the reason why is because I like newness. I like the excitement of starting something. I even like the excitement of ending things. Like I'm a big beginning and end person. I'm really crappy and shitty in the middle. And that's just the truth. And there's a couple actually like sub whys. There's the main why is like, I like excitement. And I don't like the middle because it's kind of boring. But then in saying that statement, I realized, it's boring. Okay, so that's one of my reasons I'm not consistent. And I also like it exciting. So things gotta be exciting. They gotta like catch my attention. And also I realized that in the middle of resolutions or in the middle of the goals, the dreams that I'm chasing, everything else kind of folds in. And what I mean is like I get distracted really easily. Can you relate to that? Like, you start off laser focused and you have so much energy. And I really do feel like that's because things are clear. You're really clear with yourself. You're in the peak emotional state because you can see it. Like it's so close. You can almost taste it. You can almost reach out and grab it. This dream, this goal is so real because you just got done probably seeing it in your mind's eye. So it turns out that one of the ways that you can be consistent with anything in your life is to think about it often. Think about, visualize, see yourself doing the things you love and the things you want to be doing, even if they seem really crazy and really, really far in the future. It doesn't matter. Just have fun with it. Allow yourself to dream and see yourself in that future state having already accomplished it. Because you got to remember your brain and your body, your brain especially, it doesn't know the difference between something that's really happening in this moment versus something that you're dreaming about, that you're visualizing in the future. It reacts the same. And so this is very important because if it reacts the same, why wouldn't you want yourself? Why wouldn't you gift yourself the feelings of success and having already achieved it now so that you can? And when you do that, you align yourself with the emotional state, the frequency of the very things you desire in your life. The very things that seem so outside of your possibility, your realm of possibilities, the very things that you actually want to make a part of your identity. The way forward and the way to harness those dreams and to make them reality now is to feel them now. Trick your brain. Trick your brain into thinking that it is happening right now. That it's not in the future, that you don't need to get another degree, that you don't need to make more money first, that you don't need fancy equipment, that you don't need all of these things that we think we need to get going or to achieve. Forget all that. And just start to visualize and dream and see really clearly with detail the things you want in your life. Because just like me, that's going to get you really excited. You with me on that one? Yeah, right. I know a lot of you talk about this. I've heard you talk about this. We on social media, my friends and family, like as soon as something's fresh in your mind and in your heart, you're on fire. Nothing can stop you, right? Like we'll move mountains to make it happen. Why? Because you just got done thinking about it. Because you haven't stopped thinking about it. You've been thinking about it for weeks, and now you're finally like, all right, I'm taking action on it. So your whole body has become infused and saturated with this dream, with this vision. So the first thing you need to do is continue to visualize and hold the vision daily, multiple times a day if you'd like, but at least once a day. Spend 5-10 minutes visualizing the goals you want to achieve and see yourself already doing it And then allow yourself to feel the emotions that come along with having achieved your goal. And stay for a while in that almost celebratory state. Stay there and enjoy. And what you're doing is you're actually training your brain to feel those emotions more than the emotions you feel that I had you do in the very beginning, where I was like, feel how it is to not have accomplished your dream, small, medium, or large, it doesn't matter, but like feel what it's like to not have made any moves on your dream and how awful that felt. You've made probably a really good habit of feeling the dukkha, the ugh of not having achieved your dreams, that we're almost in that state more often than not. It's a habitual state, which that makes it even harder to stay consistent. So what I had to learn for myself was positive mindset. And that sounds so simple, but man, it's so critical. It's so critical. How many of you feel that? How many of you know what I mean? It's like as soon as you change your mindset, as soon as you adopt the emotional state of your future self, you're on fire. Your whole day changes, your whole outlook changes. You're so positive and happy. And then the momentum builds from there. And suddenly you're saying yes to things more, you're going out there and achieving more, you're seeing life's challenges differently, and there's a whole bunch of positive, like a suite of positive effects that happen because you decided every single day to visualize your goals and dreams and get into the emotional state of those goals and dreams. You with me? Okay, awesome. And then we make a habit of that, right? So the more you practice the emotional state of your goals and your dreams and your visions, the more you learn to hold those emotions, the more easy it's going to be for them to pop up and for you to be in that state regardless of what's going on around you. So then it's not even about the end result. It's about every day being in that state, that feeling of success, that state of awesomeness, that state of awe, that emotional state of, like this just fucking rocking out, right? Like that's the state of a peak performer, of a high earner, of a high performance person, of an incredible spiritual person, of that leader, of that role model, of that amazing person that you idolize. That every time you see them, you're like, oh my God, they're just incredible. Like I get heated up thinking about this. Literally, I'm sweating right now. I am. I just thinking about peak emotional states get me all fired up, right? I'm not even really doing the work right now, but just telling you about how awesome it is really gets my whole system alive, and I feel like such high pranic levels of energy. It's really beautiful. So what I learned is to beat consistency. To win at consistency, I needed to feel the emotional states of success every single day. And that's where radical rituals come in, and more on that later. And I'm going to be offering in January a workshop as well that talks a lot more actually about consistency and manifesting in particular. And then I bring you into the world of radical rituals later. But January, look out for that workshop for sure. That's coming your way, and I cannot wait to teach you more. So the other thing I noticed is that I also need to feel like I know why it's important. So in the middle, remember I told you I know that I like beginnings and I like endings. And then in the middle, I kind of lose my lull. Like I lose my my cheerleader momentum. I lose my high achiever, high product state. And the reason why that happens for me, and the reason why it happens for so many people like yourself, is that we forget our why. We forget why it's important in the first place, which that is one of the main things you focus on in the beginning. Like maybe you need to leave your job. Your job sucks. Your boss sucks. The culture sucks. And you're like, my why is I need a positive work environment. Maybe your why is like, I'm out of shape. I'm really overweight. My doctor just told me I'm unhealthy. I also feel like crap every single day. I'm waking up with headaches. Like my why is I need to be healthy so that I feel really good. Or maybe your why is like, you know what, I could use some extra cash flow right now so that I can, help pay for my kids college tuition, or I can help pay some down my own debt, or maybe I could take my kids on that incredible trip, or maybe go off and actually like go do an incredible trip by myself. I've always wanted to travel by myself, your why. And so therefore you go off and create some courses, or you go and teach more, or you build some products that people love and buy. And your why is because you wanted more freedom. You wanted to create more incredible moments with friends and family. So in the beginning, your why is really clear. And so we need to bring that back in daily as well. So not only do I want you to start to feel into the excitement and the emotional state of what you're trying to achieve, but I want you to remember why it's important. Why this thing over any, you could be doing anything with your life. Why that thing? Why that goal? That's really, really important. And I can't answer that for you. You've got to do the work. And it's really simple. I promise you. As soon as you start to pick up a pen and paper and write it down why it's important to you, you're going to flood the page with probably like 5, 10, 15 different reasons as to why. And a couple of them are going to be your key whys. They're going to be the really, really, really why. And all the rest of them are kind of like, yeah, I'm saying the same thing. So it's important to do that. Write down your whys, synthesize them, audit them, get it really clear. What are your 1 to 2 to 3 top whys for the reason that this needs to happen? And that is going to fuel your excitement, which is going to reduce any boredom and feelings that like the rituals, the routine, your New Year's resolution, your goals are getting stale. You must recall your why. And also, part of that is, who will this help? I don't know about you, but like I could be really selfish at times. Just like full honesty and transparency with you. Like part of it is that I'm an only child, and I know that, right? About you got to know yourself, right? You got to know yourself and know your shortcomings and where you might get tripped up, and where your own behaviors will block you from living your fullest yes. And so for me, I would love to be selfish all day long, but I've learned that actually doesn't fill me up the way I used to think it does. I actually derive excitement and happiness, long lasting happiness, way more from connecting with people like you, connecting with students at the Lotus Life community, connecting with people through social media, connecting with my friends and family, connecting with my partner, Brandon, like making relationships, intimacy at all levels count. That's the center of my focus. That's the bullseye for me. And everything else I've noticed, it took me a while to get here, but everything else I noticed kind of stems off from that, like a spoke and hub, or like a hub and spoke concept, where like relationship is at the center for me. And everything else feeds off of that. So a large part of my why is not just thinking about why do I want it for me, well, why do I want it for someone else? Like the question is this will help you. You ask yourself this when you go to do your morning visualizations and your morning rituals. Ask yourself this: who else gets to benefit from me achieving this goal? And then what I want you to do, and this is so powerful and so important, you guys, is with your eyes closed, you visualize that person and you see them like totally geeking out and totally excited for you because you've achieved your goal, and now they get to benefit from all of your work. And then I want you to focus in on that. Feel their love, feel their excitement, feel their joy, and let it explode through your body. Again, that is really going to help you catapult into the next level of action taking and into the next level of being a consistent person. You think back into those emotions I asked you to feel at the beginning of this. Like, how shitty does it feel when you can't even finish the smallest task? You feel defeated, right? You feel like a loser. You feel like, I'll never do this. We just get down on ourselves. And because we don't we don't learn these goals that I'm teaching right now and these techniques to staying consistent, that we create this cycle. We create this cycle of not knowing how to stay consistent. So then we fail. We start off great, but then we fail. We stop going to the gym, or we stop taking those piano lessons, or we stop going on our daily walks, or we stop cooking our own food and we go back to eating out, or whatever our goal was, we just stop. We go back to what was comfortable because we did it a lot before. And then we feel awful because we couldn't stick with it. And then anytime we go to create a new goal for ourselves in the future, we have this memory, we have this like residue of what it was like before. And your mind goes, nah, I don't know, man. Like, you can't really finish anything. I don't think you know what you're doing in life. And this is your brain talking, I don't have a lot of evidence here of us like really sticking with goals. Yeah, you're not going to do it again this year. No point in even planning a goal. Like, this is our self-fulfilling prophecy. How many of you have been here? Oh my God, I have. My self-talk isn't as like mean. I will admit that I'm a little more gentle with myself, but I kid myself. I end up starting a new goal and I almost like put the blinders on to where it was before. And that ends up creating my self-fulfilling prophecy of not sticking with it. Does that make sense? Some of you maybe do that. Or like you don't beat yourself up, you just kind of forget about it. You bypass. And we don't learn the lesson. And then we're right back where we were and like, okay, then we forget about it and then we try something new. And then we just keep going and we're never, at the same time, we're never really progressing as the person who really beats themselves up. They're not progressing either, but they're really making themselves feel like shit as they go forward, or as they don't go forward, as they stay stuck. Like, how many of you really want to be in the same spot you are right now a year from now? Even if your situation is great, I got to ask you, like, really? Is this as good as it gets? Is this your fullest potential? Do you really not want more? Do you really think you don't deserve more? Oh my gosh, you so deserve more. You so deserve more. And this is how we're going to get it, you guys. Okay. So the last and final point I want to make here, and this one's really important, so I'm saving it for the end, is in order for this all to happen, in order for me to become a consistent person, not only did I need to find excitement and make it freaking like woo, like a habit. Like I had to get addicted to my feelings, really, and then play it over and over again every morning on a loop. And now my brain's just like constantly running on those emotions. It's not my dukkha, but my sukha, like the sweet emotions of life. And so that's like step one. I realized that I had to do to beat, to become rather to become, to embrace the lifestyle of a consistent person. The second thing is I need to remember my why. And a lot of that comes from, who else is this going to serve? Like, I want to do good by them because that really is important to me. But also, here's why for me as well. Okay, so your why is really important. But the third thing that's super, 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 sorry, that was anyway, super important. I just want to really emphasize it, obviously, is that in order for you to become a consistent person, in order for me to have become a consistent person, I needed to start identifying as one. There needed to be this transition from the old world to the new world. And there's a boat, you guys, docked right outside your old world. And it's sitting there. and you've got a ticket in your hand. It's for that boat, and that boat is the SS Identity. I love this. This is just making this up right on the spot. I'm fucking loving this. The SS Identity is sitting out there in the port, and it's about to leave, and it's taking you to the new world of consistency, the new world of you doing what you said you're going to do, the new world of you changing your life, you changing your life and changing the lives of others. You being a goal setting person and someone who just eats goals, right? Like you're just like, bring it on. I will so do all these goals and more. Someone who's grabbing life by the kahunas, or whatever, and really giving it their all. Someone who realizes that your time on this planet is limited. And it's precious. It's so precious. And I know life is hard, you guys. I get that. And I know we've got so much on our plates. I really do feel that. And I know what that's like. I do. But I also know what it's like to start to just etch away and scratch off tiny goals. Get them done, get them done, get them done. And all of a sudden, you're looking down at your to-do list and you're seeing all of these hash marks through all these great things you've done. And your confidence lifts. You start to hold your head up a little higher. Your language changes. Your body language changes. What you're eating changes. How you're speaking changes. How you're sleeping changes. And all of that starts to elevate you. And suddenly you're just on another level. And yeah, there's still a lot of stuff on your plate. It just feels differently though. Once you start to take this approach in life, once you start to get on SS Identity, once you start to get on that boat, and you have committed now, everything falls into place. So what is the boat? SS Consistency, or SS Identity. We want to and we need to change our identity from I'm not someone who's consistent to I am a consistent person. So if this podcast is hitting home like, whoa, Kim, have you just peered inside of my damn brain? Are you psychic? Then what I need for you to do is to make your mantra the following. I am a consistent person. I am a consistent person. I am a consistent person. I'm consistent. I'm a consistent person. Consistent is my middle name. Okay? Like this has to become your identity. And you're going to feel resistance at first, but I don't want you to stop. What you're doing is recalibrating your brain. You've had a lot of neurons firing for a very long time with the old identity. So your brain is not sure what to do yet with this new information. Stay with me on this. Stay with me on this. You ready? Here's how it works. As you begin to shift into this new identity, as you begin to say to yourself silently and out loud, I want you to say this out loud, I am a consistent person. And you back it up with 1, really awesome emotions, 2, your why it's important, and 3, the change in your identity. It reinforces itself tenfold. And now you have incredible exponential growth. And feeling your new identity becomes easier, faster. Trust me on this. I'm giving you the formula of exactly how I got here, exactly how I have reopened my Lotus Life Yoga Center for the second time. I have started up a podcast. I'm now doing YouTube videos. I have started an online membership. I'm doing online digital courses. I am doing one-on-one coaching and radical rituals. I am making content and PDFs. I am traveling the world with my partner. I have bought a house. I make things happen now. That's just what I do. I'm an action taker. I'm a goal crusher. I'm a radical ritual queen, and I am a consistent person. Do you hear those words? And you don't hear any BS in that, right? That's because I've done the work. I've unplugged from the old identity and I've inserted in the new card that's been uploaded with all of the new identity. And it feels really great. And I know you're going to feel great too. I know you're going to love this. I really hope that this served you in a tremendous way. I want to know about it. Please comment below if you're watching this video on YouTube. I want to hear how this video has affected you, and please let me know if you start to take action and do any of those 3 steps: the excitement piece, the feeling your energy, the why, and understanding how you impact other people with your choices, with your action, and 3, your identity shift, especially with that mantra. Let me know how you're using those and how effective they have been. Let's share below, and join the community, join the discussion, you guys. But thank you so very much for listening and for being here. Again, I really hope this served. And I love you guys, and I will see you soon. See you next time. Take care.